Hello and welcome to our second episode of Queens of Business podcast. I am naturopath and face yoga teacher Mailis Kivistik, and on the other screen you can see lovely.
Kira, coach, mentor, your person.
And in this episode, we will discuss how exercise is important, or maybe it's not important. So we will share some experiences, and if you listen to it or rewatch it, feel free to comment and share your experience as well. But for the starting point, I think that people don't really know that both you and me, we are yoga teachers, and you even give Pilates classes as well. Excited to add it to the coaching part, and in my version to the skincare line, right?
Mhm,
So how do you feel how this has helped you in your business?
mhm. This is actually how I became yoga teacher in the first place because I was a strong businesswoman and working in corporates, working globally. And I realized that without physical exercises, I'm not able to do that. Without regular physical activities, what was helping me then a lot was martial arts. I still appreciate martial arts as excellent for focus, and I'm all about focus and clarity. So there, there's my first love, I would say. And I realized I need some as well kind of hotel workouts other than squats. And this is how I started doing yoga. Just from that physical aspects, you can as well gain a lot. And what I did was having like 15 minutes in the morning, and it was enough to do some salutations or something else. Or if I want to chill out and have some better sleep after a long day, just legs after the wall, and there I was. So now we are talking about these physical aspects of yoga. Of course, there's much more into it.
Yeah, physical part, but also mental part. Because I remember going back in time, my mom was the first person who introduced yoga to me. I was 8 years old, and I was just laughing at her that she's practicing something that stupid. That was me years ago. But I totally eager moms to take their kids to yoga because when I was writing my thesis on IT topic that I didn't love at all, I was so stressed that my hair came out like with handfuls, like every time I was pulling it out, and this was awful. And I thought I have two options. Should I stop going to school and just not finish, or find something that actually relieves the stress? And at that point, the picture came into my head when I was with my mom in this yoga class. And I thought, okay, maybe I should try something because it worked for her. And after the first class, I was sold because it was super for the body, but the ending meditation, which lasted maybe 10 minutes, for me, it felt like 1 hour. So I was really flying away from that training, and I was sold with one glass. And now it's the part of my routine.
When was that? Can you repeat this?
That was 2014.
Nice, nice. I just realized that my story is kind of funny as well, and I'm able to share it with you. So I was doing meditation, and I was doing some as well sun yoga and different kind of meditation coming from yoga. And I was doing my martial arts and some other classes and exercises. And my partner, he said, "Come to yoga class, come to yoga class, come to yoga class." And I was like, no, no, I have my meditation, I have my physical activities. I don't need that as kind of exercise. I'm not into that yoga as an exercise thing. Like, I have my things. And as well, I was sold at one class
Hmm.
because it's a different kind of exercise. And as well, reaching focus and clarity from a little bit different angle. And I believe that combination of all of this is just perfect and empowering for business as well.
It totally is. Because often, especially when we start a business, it feels like you don't have enough hours per day to actually do what it takes. And then we start to compromise, eating less, eating whatever comes on your reach, and then skipping training because this is extra time. But if you do it 1 month, 3 months, maybe a year, you already feel that you are weaker. Your focus, like you said, is not there, and you are frustrated much faster.
Mhm.
But even one class, whichever kind of practice actually, a week can make a big difference.
Completely agree. You get out of the class or do it yourself, and you get new ideas, information coming to you, and not to mention body and mind connection.
Yeah, and I have heard some people saying, yoga is not for me, because maybe they attended, let's say, Kundalini yoga for some reason,
Yeah.
and they thought this is yoga. No, I'm not going. Or some other people go to Astanga and say, oh my God, never again, this is too hard. But you need to try different versions to find what fits for you, because then it only works. It's not like if I say vinyasa is the best or you say something else is the best. This is best for us, but you need to test.
Yeah, completely agree. Like saying, I'm in business. Yeah, of course. Are you in oil business? Are you in service business? Are you in, it
Hmm.
depends. Are you in banking business, in finance?
Yeah, and why? Do you like it or do you just need to do it?
Hmm. Yeah. And same with yoga classes and all styles of yoga. Each style fits a little bit different purpose, although there is something in common, but quite significant differences as well.
It actually feels like because we are living in this information society that everybody has some kind of super plan that helps you be successful, like 5 a.m. club, or like every morning you need to meditate, then read a book, then go running. And people basically they are exhausted because they think everything is necessity, but they are not thinking, is it good for me? How is it with you? Do you have this kind of full rhythm every morning or maybe even in the evening that you just have to do? Otherwise, you can sleep or go on with your day.
When I was at university and I was studying, and at one point I had as well a serious job. So at that point, I woke up 4:30 in the morning. It was actually before 5 a.m. 5 a.m. club. So that was perfect for me, and I had constant energy throughout the day. And around 10:45, I would be okay. Time to sleep, and I sleep. that was that was back then, and for a long period of time, uh, morning hours had like 15 to 20 minutes of exercise, and then in the evening 15 to 20 minutes. And that was a way how it was manageable to have that kind of lifestyle for a couple of years and more, actually. Later on, when I started to work and had a routine that at one point was even from 9 to 5 at one point, I started to change my routines and to play with it and get up later. And then I realized, okay, now I don't have time for morning exercise or any kind of morning thing for me. And my energy went down. I even got cholesterol. Can you imagine? I wasn't overweight or something, and I was like, and I went to a doctor. He asked me, "Do you walk or run for 5 kilometers per day?" I was like, "What? 25?" And I was what? And then I said, "Oh yeah." Besides exercise, I want to do it on fresh air.
Hmm.
And this is what is very important. And now, as well, scientific studies they show that if you get the daylight exercise in the daylight exercise, or at least daylight exposure in the morning, that it helps your entire mind and body.
That is so true. And also, it's super good for your eyesight if you actually get the real light outdoors.
Yes. Yeah, but then I played some more, and then I realized that at one point it was better for me to start with working in the morning, start the work, and then other things. And in some other periods of time in life, better to start with exercise. But then it depends. And then there are some research showing that if you are anywhere ADHD or any kind of spectrum, then it's for you to use that as well to get a business success or school success. But that goes for every individual, I would say.
Exactly, it goes individually because I wanted to be 5 a.m. club as well. But living in dark Estonia, we have darkness here like half of the year. It was not possible. So I managed to do 6 a.m., which was okay, fine, but I wasn't enjoying it. I did the full thing, like wake up at 6 a.m., go to the workout class. I did heat and like TRX, like these super intensive workouts in the morning. My body doesn't love them at all, but I did it because somebody said it. Then meditation, reading a book. And soon I realized I'm not even waiting to wake up. That's not cool. So now I'm similar with you. I wake up, sometimes I read a book, but most of the time I do my important things in the morning because my
Mhm.
brain is super focused. And
Mhm.
then I love the practices during lunch, like 12 or 1. This is perfect for me.
Yeah, I like that as well. Like 11, 12, 1 o'clock. I even realized that if possible to put it in the schedule, like 4 p.m. is perfect. 3, 4 p.m. Well, not so easy to put in the schedule for many people, mm, as well for me now, but I like it.
And that is the importance of testing it out, not just listening what some influencers or public speakers are telling you. This is good what they do because it works for them, but it doesn't mean it works for you.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you think that there is one thing that works for everyone when we talk about exercise and business balance and success?
There is one thing: you need to actually go and exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Mm-hmm.
your business flows better. But
Yeah.
how you do it, when you do it, like I would actually say 2 to 3 times a week would be like most perfect. But even if you can do it one time per week, you see the changes.
Mm-hmm. And I would say consistency. We need to be consistent in our exercise, in our doing the exercise. But the type of exercise is not so important. I do remember when I was enjoying running and I ran half marathons, and I would run, well, actually, during the summertime, 12 o'clock, so warm, so hot, and there I was running. Not now, I don't feel like that at this point, but then it was perfect. But some
Oh,
other, yeah.
I have been seeing these people on the streets as well and always thinking, why do you do this to yourself? It's like the most hottest part of the day.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Well, actually, I was watching the commentary about French legionnaires, and I was so amazed. Where do they find their mental and first of all mental and then physical strength? And that was that period of my life when I investigated that kind of exercises.
That seems interesting. What did you find out?
Mm. That we are more powerful than we can imagine. I was doing fasting at the time. I was doing all sorts of things that normally you would not imagine to be true, at least not for yourself. But then I'm a normal woman, and I can say that it works, that it is possible. Oh, when I say fasting, 30 days.
Ah, that is like just saying going to the store, 30 days fasting. This is a lot. Do you have any tips like from the mind side? Because I know the beginning is hard. How do you get through this?
I wouldn't recommend just go with it like someone hears this and then, okay, I'm into it. Because my diet was quite good to start with. And it wasn't so difficult for my body to adjust. I didn't had like a lot of toxins and stuff like that. Um, but if you are eating at McDonald's or something, at some fast food restaurants every day, and then all of a sudden you go fasting, that can be very, very dangerous. Um, and some requirements in listening to your body and understanding the needs and not pushing. If the mind says go, 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 but body is giving other signals, then of course don't override it. Do it in cooperation, mind and body.
I would actually agree with that so much. And also, you said fast food, but looking around, I can even see that regular lunch offers at some restaurants can still make you feel that if you go start fasting the next day, something can go really wrong. So
Oh,
if you're a first time faster, then you should ask some support, not do it like alone.
mm-hmm. Exactly. At the time when I said 25 or 26 and cholesterol, and the doctor said walk 5 kilometers per day, uh, at that time as well, I stopped eating at lunch at canteen at office, and that was significant shift. So it's so difficult to talk about exercise and not to mention nutrition.
Yeah,
Because if you just had some terrible lunch and you're just sitting and you cannot move, you cannot think, you cannot breathe, how heavy that is, it would be torture for your body to do and do some activity, and then you hate it, and then you're not going to repeat it. You have to love it to repeat it constantly.
yeah, it has to be easy for you to do.
Yeah. You don't have to love it. Sorry, I want to say you don't have to love it every day the same, but you still have to love it and you still have to give your best for that day. And what it is, it changes.
Totally agreed. But now looking back, you are doing your practices, you are teaching the classes. How do you see, like, maybe let's take it that way. What is the number one influence that you see on your coaching business that this part actually makes?
Mhm. Same as you, Maya, I do believe in holistic approach, and mind cannot go without body, without somatic part. And not talking only about releasing traumas, but in everyday situations as well. One accompanies another. I wouldn't even call it mind and body. It's mind, body, body, mind. It's together. Um, so what I see when I teach group classes, which I really, really enjoy, because you see results and benefits and people coming like this and then getting out like this and then entire group and saying, oh, it feels so good, I was so tired, now I can walk, now I can dance, now I can have my life. That's one part. And in another type of coaching, not coming from somatic part, I see these as well poses, not only movements but poses getting immediate results as well. Like, you know about power poses. Are we going to show some of them? Like this, and you go like this. How do you feel already? Like on a concert,
Oh
and
yeah,
here we are. Yeah, and
good.
try to sit like that for a couple of moments. Your energy is going to shift.
That is a good like pause time to actually think about it. Just raising your hands can shift your energy.
Or putting it like this.
Yeah,
Hmm, already different.
totally. But that's the thing. Like even if I do like workshops or I have to present something, it's so much easier to do it like with this power pose or some yoga series that you can do upfront that are easy. You don't have to maybe use a mat for that. But I feel the shift in me and everything goes much more smoother. So it's not just let's practice yoga because it's good for my body or mind, but like you said, also it's holistic. It totally supports whatever you
Mhm,
do the rest of the
mhm,
day.
mhm. And maybe something interesting that people don't know. I would say one of the most important exercises is squat, right?
Yeah,
Body weight squat. It's so powerful. It's so good, uh, getting max result in the short period of time. And that same squat position in yoga is translated as power pose.
but have you noticed how many people actually struggle with the pose?
That one or some other.
That one, squatting,
That,
like
yeah, yes, squatting.
proper squatting is so difficult for some people.
Yeah,
And it's never only like physically your hips are tight because you are sitting in front of your desk 8 hours a day, but it can also be mentally that you have some problems or difficulties in your life that you don't want to face. And that's why the position doesn't come out like you want.
yeah, yeah. I completely agree. And I'm just thinking as well, um, when you work out, you still work. Because people sometimes say, "Oh, I have so much things to do. I have a lot of things. I have a lot on my plate for work. I don't have time to work out."
Mhm.
But the truth is in the name.
Exactly.
You cannot do your work properly without workout.
This sounds so good. I haven't ever thought about this, but in English, it's true.
I just thought about it. It just makes sense, right?
Yeah,
Uh, yeah. Not only because your body, my body, is like a vehicle, and we need to fuel it, nutrition, and we need to move it, uh, and not only in one gear, not only at the same time in the same gear, but yeah, we need to do the checkups as well.
totally. And if you still are not convinced that you need to practice, is it yoga or something else, then I was just at one conference last weekend, and there were a lot of high caliber speakers. Like they earn eight, like millions. They basically they earn millions per year, and this is all good, and they are smart and super nice. But when one lady went to the stage, she gave a nice presentation. But the first thing I noticed, even with this super fancy dress, she was like that. Like the position was awful. And I was looking at her thinking, how can you not see it? You have actually money and possibilities to work out. Because, like I said in the beginning, if you're just starting, it might feel that you don't have, and then you're postponing it. But if you already have a working business, then what is your excuse of not taking care of your body? Like,
Mhm.
this is out, like, this is not normal for me. Like, my brain popped a bit, like,
Yeah.
why don't you go and do something? Because you see yourself every day from the mirror. This is not okay.
Yeah, but actually you don't see because we are biased. It's not so easy to see it, especially if you see through some kind of lens. And we are always going to have reasons. I'm not even going to say excuse, but reasons not to do something. There are always reasons for and reasons against. And I think that many people, they just don't know the difference, how life can be more colorful and better when you put it into your mosaic, into your life. The
Yeah,
nice part.
it can be.
Yeah. I gave my mother a present, a dog, and before that, she didn't walk. She would be sedentary. And then she started to walk the dog. Actually, I wanted her to start moving, and she was always saying, I don't have time, I have some more important things to do. There's whatever. Everything was more important. Sitting was more important every time. And then she started to walk the dog. And after a month or so, she said, Oh, Kira, how is it possible that I have more time in my day? And that's
That's
the truth people don't know until they try it.
that's an excellent example. Yeah, totally agreed.
Mhm. That's coming from a person never watched a podcast or reading science about it or thinking about it and thinking actually I don't need it. Yeah, testimonial.
Yeah, but the one thing that, like you said, that we don't see ourselves, I think face yoga helps here a lot because if you are starting to do the exercises up close with the mirror, you soon start to realize what is going on with your face and you really start to pay attention to your body as well. And even these videos, for example, I have learned so much watching myself from the video. Like, oh my God, I'm moving my forehead. That was the first thing I ever noticed because I was so used with like overusing it. But looking it from the video, I was like, I can change that. That's a habit. That's doable.
Thank you, my dear. That's a habit that I need to change. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to pay attention. You see, we need other people to hear, to remind, to if we are open, we are going to hear. And I wanted to say that you are the best testimonial for your face yoga
Thank you.
exercises. Yeah.
Yeah, I always say if they ask how old I am, that I'm 63.
Mhm. Mhm. I say 88 for myself.
That's fun because age is just a number. And often it's funny how people get stuck with that as well. It's like another excuse. Like,
Mhm.
oh my God, I'm too old to start training. And I'm like, it's never too old. I get inspired from watching like ladies who are 90 lifting weights at the gym. I'm like, oh, I so want to be that one.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. It's so funny, these body composition skills, smart ones. And then some people young and looking out from outside and they step on the scale and it's like 60, 50, 40 something, even 79 for one person, from one lady. And then I'm stepping there and it's like 20 some. Okay, nice. I love it. So which age are we talking about? Are we talking about this?
Yeah, aging can be really different. So it's good to measure some parts, but again, it's a bit like anorexia, because if
Oh.
you go one way, you start to be like, oh my God, these numbers have to be like that, and you stop eating or you do over exercise. and you need to be conscious, like not to go that way.
Yeah, of course. I was actually never waving myself, like checking on the kilos. That part was
I
not.
think it's kind of was easier for our generation
Mhm.
because now with this TikTok and Instagram influencers trending, it's a bit odd world that we live in, to be
Mhm.
honest.
Mhm. But trends changes. Like at one point, you need like to go bulk, big,
Yeah,
up and down, and then at this time it's like skinny again or something like that, like super skinny trend again.
yeah, that's true.
But health is always the trend that I follow.
Yeah, me too. Being healthy is the easiest thing you can do for yourself because if you are healthy, exercise, eat properly, you can do whatever you want.
Mhm.
But
And choices. People struggle with choices.
yeah,
Even the thinking, should I go and start exercising? What kind of exercise should I do? That's exactly the point, proving that you need to start doing it straight away.
yeah, and sometimes, like, to be honest, you don't have to like that thing that you do. But if you do it like 2 weeks at least, it gets into a habit and you just do it because you know it's good for you.
Yeah, but then now might sound confusing because I said previously, oh, you have to love it, not every day the same. And now you're saying you don't even have to like it. Do we disagree or what is going on here?
Well, I think we don't disagree, but if whoever is listening knows, let's say, human design or some other type of program kind of that divides people, you can understand that people are different. And some people really need that one training that puts their eyes shining, like, I don't know, kickboxing or ballet dancing. And this is the only thing they do. But like, if I speak about me, I don't like super intensive trainings like cycling really fast. But other than that, weight trainings, I can go and do because I know I need to do these things for my muscles. But I wouldn't say I love them. I would love a yoga class much more or dance class. But I
Mhm.
still do it because I understand it was a joke that I'm 63. When I get 40, all the processes speed with this degrading part. So up to 10, I need to put effort in, so the process would be slower.
Yeah, I get what you mean. And when I say about love, it's about loving something about it,
Mhm.
loving the fact that you are doing something for yourself, loving the fact that you dedicated time and energy, your resources, loving the fact that you are commanding your life in the direction that is the best for you. That kind of love, it doesn't have to be like, oh, I love this exercise so much at this moment. No, but I love the fact that I'm doing it.
And I really love the part when you said giving time for you. When building a business, whichever phase, it's always easier to give your time to somebody else or give it to the tasks, but not for you. And this is the starting point for burnout.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
So this
That's
was
Mhm.
like a super good reminder, I hope, for everybody who listens, why to do something for you and why to train. Do you
Mhm.
have something in your mind that you really want to share regards to that topic?
Oh, I got reminded as well, just talking about it with you. So I think that we need to talk about it. This is a topic so often around us, and we still need it.
Through that.
Yeah.
So thank you very much that you listened to us. I hope you will join us for the next episode. And if you want to listen what happened before that episode, you can go to Spotify or iTunes and just put the episode on. Or if you want to watch it live, YouTube channel is here for you. If you have any questions, feel free to write to us. We would be so happy to discuss these questions with you, or maybe even take another topic for the podcast episode from you.
Thank you, Mike, for saying that.
And thank you, Kira, for being here and creating this nice space for us to discuss.
Bye.
Bye.